With the first pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, the St. Louis Rams select Sam Bradford, quarterback, Oklahoma.
Come on.
Feel it coming in the air, hear the screams from everywhere. I'm addicted to the thrill. It's a dangerous love affair. Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem? Tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind is who gonna run this town tonight.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Get your fatigues on. All black, everything. Black cards, all black, everything. And I run the black first riding with they. I get more in depth if you boys really enough. This is not familiar. I'll explain later. But for now, let me get back to this paper. I'm a couple bands down and I'm trying to get back. I gave another grip, I lost the flip for 5 stacks. Yeah, I'm talking 5, I'm a 6, 0, out, 0, zero. Back to run the circus round.
Gentlemen, I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, his greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
We sacrificed so much to not be victorious! Super Bowl, what we trade that shot to be world champ!
Gentlemen, that moment is waiting on you. It's waiting on every man in the Steelers' locker room. It's waiting on every man in the Packers' locker room. What separates a Super Bowl from all the other games is that a Super Bowl is always remembered. It's not just another 60 minutes of football. It's 60 minutes that can define you forever as a winner.
Ain't no tomorrow, man!
Today is our day!
You know, people ask, is winning really the only thing? Well, my answer to them is my answer to you. Question, is winning the only thing to you? Is it what you want? Do you want to be remembered as a winner? Or as something else?
That's what all the balls, that's what we fight for, right now!
Playing in the Super Bowl is about playing in a game that will define you forever. Make this game your finest hour. I'll be waiting for you.
It seems these days there's an economic tie into just about everything, and the NFL is no exception. The NFL functions like a normal company. They have to spend money on items, and they also have to have a way to make money. 2011 is a big year for the NFL because of its scheduled lockout date in March and the Super Bowl 45 in Dallas, Texas in January.
In economics, there's goods and services. So goods are tangible objects. Most entertainment, such as a football game, is viewed as a service. So you're buying the right to watch an opera or a movie or a football game. But the Super Bowl has become much more than that. The Super Bowl has become really a cultural and sociological phenomenon that brings together over 100 million people all at the same time to watch this event.
The problem is, the owners say, is that going forward, we're in a new economy. This deal was struck in 2006 before the recession. They need more deductions off of that.
We hear studies where, hey, if you bring a Super Bowl to town, it's $200 million, it's $400 million. How do you view the financial impact?
Well, there's really two pieces. There's the front end kind of economic value of it, and then the longer term visibility.
The cost of having a commercial in this year's Super Bowl was $3 million for a 30-second clip. There were 67 total commercials in this year's Super Bowl, and if each commercial clip was just 30 seconds long, then the NFL would have made $201 million easy. Now obviously some companies bought longer than a 30-second clip. For instance, Chrysler had a 2-minute clip that cost them $12 million to televise as a commercial.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
There were also 3 30-second commercials from Doritos. This means that Doritos had to pay $9 million to the NFL to televise their ads.
Oh, babe, check this out. Hey, come on. You want a Dorito? You want a Dorito? Are you hungry? I want to get a Dorito.
Babe, don't hurt my dog.
Come on, get a tip. Come on, get a tip. Get a tip. Come on. Here we go.
Now, the reason that the NFL can charge this amount for commercials is that a football game is very advertisement friendly. Companies want to advertise during the game because they know that sporting events are highly watched by the American public. The Super Bowl was special because it was not just broadcasted to the United States, it was broadcasted to the entire world. There was an estimated 100 million viewers for Super Bowl 45.
Doritos!
For more now, we are joined by Ken Belson. He covers the business of sports for the New York Times. Ken, thanks for being with us.
Sure.
All right, the biggest issue out here is obviously money, how much each side will get. The owners want the players to concede, what, about $1 billion here. But the NFL is making money. Is this a good deal for anybody involved? I mean, how's this going to shake out?
Well, the players obviously think they have a great deal going right now, and who can blame them? They're getting about 50% of the total revenue of the league after some deductions. The problem is, the owners say, is that going forward, we're in a new economy. This deal was struck in 2006 before the recession. They need more deductions off of that total pie to allow them to invest in new stadiums, new scoreboards, all the sort of things that bring people out to the game. So they're really saying it's not that we're losing money now, it's just we have to look at our future.
Actually, according to NPR, the owners take money off the top of the pie first and then split the remaining money in a 60-40 split between the players and the owners.
That's a bit of a hard argument, isn't it, when the NFL is making some cash to say, look, yeah, we're making money, but we need you to cut back.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And, you know, if you're a player saying we've got a good deal, why should you give it up? Now, of course, if you face the possibility of not playing next season, and let's say you're in your last year, or maybe even you're a rookie making the minimum, and you need those games to get closer to a pension, to get closer to that big contract, you're more willing, I assume, or at least the owners assume, that you'll pressure the union membership to sign a deal with the owners.
You're talking about those rookies. What is it, a guaranteed $585 million that the owners want that number to come down? Even the players want that to come down. Is this an area in which we may see a bit of a compromise and agreement?
Well, in a lot of labor deals, it's the current group that is looking out for itself, and so you're willing to sacrifice benefits for future players if it means, you know, keeping your own job and keeping your own pie as large as it was.
Another bit of a rub. The NFL is going to get $4 billion from the television networks, even if no games are played next year. But if there are no games played, the players will not get paid. So can players survive a work stoppage if that indeed does occur?
Well, if you're a Peyton Manning, and you've got your big deal, sure. Tom Brady, he's not going to have any trouble. If you're a guy on the practice squad who maybe is only making $5,000 a month during the season and has no health benefits if there is a lockout, you're going to be wanting to vote for some deal to get done, even if it means maybe slicing the pie a little bit for the future generation.
NPR states that a case ruled by Judge David Doughty, the NFL owners were not acting in good faith when they struck the deal with the networks guaranteeing them $4 billion.
So if the season is canceled, let's just worst case scenario, it is canceled, will we see a loss of enthusiasm like we did in 1994 where baseball underwent that strike, and it seemed like it took a couple years at least for baseball to come back?
That's right. If you remember, it was the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire home run race in 1998. That was about 4 years later that fans finally came back in the great numbers, and since then they've had record numbers. I think the same would probably happen here. And in football, you have things that you don't have in baseball. You have personal seat licenses. Fans are putting up tens of thousands of dollars, effectively loaning money to the team for the right to buy a ticket. Now you don't even have the ticket to buy. I think you'll have some very angry fans.
Okay.
President Obama has said that with all the money the NFL has, there should be no reason why they should not be able to come to an agreement and be true to their fans, who are all the ones who gave them their money. He does not want to get involved in this situation.
We hear studies where, hey, if you bring a Super Bowl to town, it's $200 million, it's $400 million. How do you view the financial impact?
Well, there's really two pieces. There's the front end kind of economic value of it, and then the longer term visibility. On the front end, having done the studies and kind of all the analysis, the number was about $600 million.
The North Texas Super Bowl host committee pegs the economic impact at $611 million. A relatively good return despite the detrimental weather conditions.
We'd be the largest Super Bowl. Clearly the host committee has done a great job and put a lot of events together, so we expect it to be the largest Super Bowl. But there's also that other piece, which is the visibility. Having so many people come in, the world, literally 1 billion, 1.5 billion people are going to see Dallas and the great things that are happening here and in North Texas. So there's a value on that. Probably more difficult to place a number on it, but maybe more value.
Estimates there'll be about 150,000 people coming to North Texas for the Super Bowl. Really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's our Super Bowl period.
It's not just the game, it's all the activities that surround it, it's all of the corporate events that go into it, it's all the different organizations that come in that use the Super Bowl as kind of a platform to do a lot of different things with their organizations.
Dallas is in a great position to be on the world stage for everyone to see all the exciting things that are going on and what the new Dallas is all about.
The host region or city receives the bid 3 years out from the game. So many people don't even realize that planning has been taking place for years just to put on Super Bowl 45. It's not just a game, it's community impact.
When a city hosts something such as the Super Bowl or even the Olympics, there's a buzz around the city.
The restaurants and hotels are anticipating a very good month in February. The economic impact is not limited to that 4-day period. It really stretches years into the future. Because of the awareness that the destination receives from having the focus of the world on it.
I am absolutely convinced that this is a marketing tool, that it brings you exposure, especially media exposure.
We're expecting about 5,500 credentialed media, and it will encompass, lifestyle reporters, sports reporters, travel writers from across the nation and really around the world.
So really it's the impression that the media is left with, and the people that come here, the impression that they've left with, and the more positive we can make that experience, the better it will be, because then they'll tell their friends about what a great experience they had, what a great city it is, and then they'll come visit, during the other parts of the time of the year.
It's the value of the event, and then how do we use it to sell ourselves as a leisure destination, business travel destination, meetings and conventions destination. People will see North Texas for the first time, and we want them to want to come back.
The reality of it is it's a lot more than a football game, and that's what brings so much of the visibility and the economic impact to the region.
It is a spectacle. It's going to be the biggest sports event in the world in 2011, but its effects after the fact are more intriguing to me. That's going to be what this region looks like on February the 7th of 2011.
In order to prepare for the Super Bowl, the DFW area spent money on capital in hopes to produce a high return. In addition to the $1.2 billion paid by Jerry Jones, the the taxpayers of Arlington invested $325 million in funding.